Okay, so guys, I'm going to try to make this video as quickly as possible because I only have a few minutes. Sorry if my hand is shaking a lot. I don't really have a stand to set up my phone on. But anyway, I wanted to know what were your thoughts for these last two episodes of 13 and 14 of Marry My Husband. I don't know about you, but I know for sure when I really love a K drama or C drama, when I start like looking at the line to see how many minutes are left because I don't want the episode to end. So that happened with me a bit for King the Land. It also happened for me with Destined with You. And now this series has me like, oh, I don't want it to be done. Maybe it's even a Parkminyoung thing because that also happened to me in What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. But yeah, anyway, so what are your thoughts? What did you think of the episode? Are things like panning out the way you thought that they would? Are there any things that you're disappointed in or wish that they were different? One thing that I definitely can say that I'm really, really loving is how Mr. Lee is coming through for Mrs. Yang. I mean, I feel like I spotted that love connection from like the very first interaction they had, even though he was kind of like rude to her a little bit, but I just felt like there could be something there. So I'm so excited. And it was like so cool to see the men show up at the prison or at the police station so that they could pick up the ladies and make sure the ladies were good. And Mr. Lee was like, I'll be by your side. You need a lawyer? Come talk to me. I got you. Oh, that had me. I was like, okay, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee. But anyway, yeah, so that was one of my favorite parts of the episode that I did enjoy. Let's see here. What were another one? I guess I'm always like a super sucker for these scenes of like stolen glances. So, of course, anytime Ji-won and Ji-yook have like a moment where they have like that whole secret lovers thing and it's just like a passing glance or whatever, I personally enjoy. But I also enjoy the scenes where they're just like together, just talking like as a couple, you know, being vulnerable, you know, and being intimate. I thought that was really cool. Let's see here. I don't know if I think that things will pan out for Sumin the way they panned out for Ji-won, even if she goes to all the lengths to try to make it happen that way. I don't know if it'll pan out like that for her because she's just a different beast. She's a whole different person. And even just the way she's handling Minhwa's mom and his family is like way different than the way Ji-won did. She was like so timid and peaceful and calm. And Sumin is the total opposite of that. She is not peaceful, calm, nice, none of that. I will say that a week ago, I made a video, but I never ended up posting it. And I had guessed what their connection would be, but mine was like way off. I thought something like, you know, let's throw some crazy storyline in where they're sisters, but it's like from two different dads somehow, like twins with two different dads, because that actually has happened. But no, so I was off in that. But how many of you guessed that that was going to be their connection? That it was going to be Ji-won's mom who was having an affair with Soo-ming's dad, and that's how they were connected. One thing I can definitely say about episode 13 is that I was finally glad that the air was cleared between the two of them, between Soo-min and Ji-won. No more pretenses, no more pretending. I don't like you. You don't like me. Let's just duke this thing out and may the best woman win. I was glad to see that finally come about and get the whole backstory. It's just crazy how Soo-min could just blame her whole life on somebody else. It's like crazy to think that there's people out there just blaming all their poor and bad decisions on somebody else and it being someone else's fault. But the other thing that I don't know how I feel about. I'm kind of torn. Is the way Ji-won is handling the situation with Ji-yook's ex-fiance. Like that ex-fiance Yura, she is crazy. Like she is a stone cold killer. But you know, I just felt like Ji-won coming back now this time, you know, she's definitely more brazen than she was previously, but I thought that there would be even more there I did like how she like confronted her, and just like held her own at the dinner and stuff. But it feels like sometimes she's like on and off. Like one minute she's like superwoman, and then the next minute she's like, oh, I'm so scared. Somebody come help me. I'm just like, I really like you, but pick a struggle. But one thing I can say that I'm enjoying so much, and you let me know in the description in the comments what you think. I feel like Park Min Young is knocking this out of the park. Like she's doing so good with this series, like as far as how she conveys the emotions. The fact that I can feel like she's one person one moment and another person the next just shows like her range of acting skills. So yeah, I mean, I'm just going to make this quick. I'm going to hop off now, but what would you have liked to discuss? Like, is there something that you would like to see me do in another video that we could talk about the series? And then we'll do that because I'm personally really enjoying this series and kind of bummed that it's going to be over just next week, last 2 episodes. So, all right, talk to you soon. Let me know what you think in the comments, and then I'll get back. All right, have a great night, guys. Bye. You know what, guys? One last thing I forgot to mention is the whole scene between Ji Yook's sister and the first love of Ji Won. I'm really enjoying how that relationship is developing. I hope that she doesn't get discouraged by the way that he's still kind of looking at Ji Won. But I honestly think that there's some interest there on both parts. So if she can just stay the course and not be discouraged by the little side conversations about the private information, I think that those two will really hit it off and be one of the couples that are together by the end of the series. So at the end of the series, I predict that there'll be 3 couples. It'll be Ji Won and Ji Yook, and then it'll be what's her name? Miss Yang and Mr. Lee, or Mrs. Yang for now, and Mr. Lee, and then also Ji Yook's sister and the chef ex. I always say his name wrong, so I'm not even going to try. But anyway, yeah, those are my 3 predictions. I don't think Sumin and Minhwa will stay together because they were never anything but hookup buddies, really, anyway, that ended up married, that should never have been married. So I feel like those two will not end up together. Someone's going to go to jail. I hope both of them go to jail or something happens, like, and they're just not going to be together. Or you know what? Maybe they will be together because you know what? Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, who else? Who else could be with them? Nobody. Those two really actually do deserve each other. So let's see. All right.